from day one it's taught by parents. I talk to people all the time, and it's weird what parents will teach somebody. For instance, this is a long time ago, but I was over one of my relatives' house, and she had her son cooking, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm making sure I teach him how to cook, so he never has to count on a woman." Now it was weird because I've heard women, fathers teaching their daughters, "Oh, well, you need to do this, so you never have to count on a man." But it was kind of strange when she said that. I was like, I could understand dude just wanting to learn how to cook, but the thought process of I'm doing this so I never have to learn how to never have to count on a woman seemed ridiculous, because it's like, damn, why wouldn't you teach this dude enough interpersonal skills, enough relationship building skills to be able to get a chick to cook him a meal? That seems like a better use of his time than teaching him how to cook something so he wouldn't have to count on anybody. That seems silly to me. Like, that's a baseline. You can't get a girl to make you a sandwich. You can't get a girl to make you a meatloaf. You can't do anything like that. You don't have enough relationship skills. You don't have enough game. You don't have enough ability to connect with somebody to get one freaking meal. So it's like you're like, I don't need to count on a woman to cook me a meal. That seems silly to me that somebody would teach you that instead of teaching you the skills to get a meal consistently. Like, hell, okay, fine, yeah, learn how to cook, cool. But for somebody to plant that in your head, you don't ever need to count on a woman to cook for you. For somebody to plant that in your head that you couldn't even get a baseline to have somebody who cooks for you, I think that's silly. And I see fathers doing that to their daughters all the time. Now, fathers do it for multiple reasons, but I hear fathers say this all the time. Yeah, I'm teaching my daughter this so she never has to count on a man. And I'm like, bro, you're with her mother. I confronted one of my homeboys about this before. He was like, "I'll make sure my daughter can change tires and everything and all this so she never had to count on a man." I was like, "That's the reason?" And I confronted him about it. I actually did. I was like, "Yeah, but okay, so if your girl's tire went flat today, you would tell her go out there and change it?" And he was like, "No, I would change it." I was like, "Okay." And then he went through a whole list of all the things that he does and that he would do. I was like, "Oh, okay. So if you want to teach your daughter how to change a tire, cool, fine. But if you're doing it so she never has to count on a man, assuming that she will never find a man to count on, when you're clearly a man that her mother and she can count on, is basically saying you won't even be able to do as well as your mother did. I'm not going to give you the skills. I'm not going to teach you the techniques. I'm not going to teach you anything to help you be successful enough as far as your relationships so that you could get somebody you could count on. I'm not even going to try to do that. I'm just going to assume that you'll never find somebody to count on. They stopped making reliable dudes when they made me. This is what and then it's crazy because he'll teach the son the same. He'll teach his son like how to be reliable. Like, oh, here's how you become here. This is the things you need to do. This is what you need to be able to do for your family. This is what he'll teach his kid. What's up, Simon? What's up? I see some of y'all getting in the chat. What's up, Madden Gamer? Are you messing with Madden? I don't know about Madden right now, man. Sometimes Madden get on my nerves, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like sometimes Madden is designed to get you pissed off. But I'm talking about how fathers and mothers often teach their kids basically that you're not going to find anybody. And this is what they program you for. And then you wonder why the kid doesn't find anybody. Because you program the kid not to find anybody. I'm going to go a little deeper into this because I think fathers are guilty of this too. Like, a lot of times we complain about the women that we see in front of us. And we're teaching Like a father will get a daughter, right? And what a father would do with his daughter a lot of times is he will teach his daughter basically to be the son that he never had. Like, okay, I'm about to have a daughter, and I'm about to teach her to be a man. This is when I do this stuff. I'm gonna teach my daughter basically to be the son that I always wanted. I'm not gonna teach my daughter how to be a wife. I'm not gonna teach my daughter how to be comfortable with a man and how to connect with a man, because that's not popping. You know, dads used to not. They're not gonna be really proud of their daughter being a housewife or something like that, because you can't brag to the homies about that. You can't brag to the homies. You know, your homeboy like, yeah, my son scored 20 points in that basketball game. You can't be like, man, my daughter make a mean sweet potato pie, boy. A mean one. You know, so like what fathers do is they start really pushing their daughters and getting them to lean into things that I'm not saying only men can do, but they're not things that actually help. They're not things that actually help people connect in relationships. They don't help the daughter connect in a relationship. So like you're teaching her these skills, but you're not necessarily teaching her to get what she might want to accomplish. She might want to get married. She might want to have 2 or 3 kids. She might actually want to be a housewife. I think over the years, people have just programmed women against that completely. And that's why you see so many of them struggling.
Pops, I'm hurt. She done left me, man. What you think I should do? Boy, back in my day, all you had to do was go to her job and you cry and you get down on your knees. You beg and plead for her sympathy. I'm telling you, boy, that's all you gotta do. Pops, you talking about stalking her. That's a crime now.
Yo, it's your man, ChazzEllis. And I know y'all tired of getting the same old 1965 game that never works. Well, click the link below and check out 9 ways to get your ex back. This is cold-hearted game where I give you different techniques to turn the tables on your ex and get them chasing you for a change.